Hello, my digital heathens of YouTube. J4D3 here, and we're drawing Brigit Firebush. She's a dwarven paladin in a D&D game that we're playing over at Adrian Dinger's house. Dinger, like that's his last name. We're playing over at Adrian's house, or Ding as we call him. And this is a character that Jill is playing in our D&D game. Drawing on Bristol board with a number 2 mechanical pencil, and then inked in with alcohol-based markers, Copics, Twin Touch, Spectre Noir. I think that's it. I really love doing this kind of fantasy art. You know, it's something that since high school I've always been drawing. And just, I guess, you know, like most artists, you like to be pulled out of the here and now. That's why we do it. Sick of being, not sick maybe, just disillusioned with the here and now, as I am. And that's why I'm drawing this. I'm thinking about, you know, fantasy artists that I love that maybe like myself aren't the best, but they don't lack anything in their storytelling ability. And the one that comes to mind a lot is Drew Hayes, who did a comic book called Poison Elves. And Drew passed away a number of years ago with complications to his weight, and I believe he had an insomnia issue, and then eventually had a heart attack. But he did this comic called Poison Elves, and it was off the chain as far as being creative. It was about your typical bad attitude, anti-hero elf who he had a magical 45 that never ran out of bullets, and he was an alcoholic and was addicted to poisonous tea, and a professional killer, and just an extremely fun story. And I really miss him. I really miss reading those. I really miss Drew. He made such an interesting world. And the elf's name was Lucifer, which was short for Lewis. You know, if you notice one thing, you'll see every once in a while, there is like a plague of freaking flies in my art studio. I don't know if like a rat died in the vent or something. I'm going to find out here. But I've been killing these MFers all day while I was drawing this. Every once in a while, you'll see one like fly in front of the camera. There's probably about 6 or 7 of them in here. And I've been like spraying them with Febreze, which knocks them out of the air, and then smacking them with my fly swatter. With horrible deaths. So I apologize for that. Technique-wise, something interesting about this is what I decided to do is I added kind of like, instead of blending my Copics on this with the armor, I just kind of added noise. Oh, there's the fly swatter. Get him, Jade, get him! And I didn't want to make it like super shiny gold, so I laid down a layer of warm gray and then went over it with yellows. And that's why I get that kind of like diffused yellow color. And I don't do that on part of the sword sheath to show that it's like a little more ornate. You know, these are low-level characters, and I didn't want them to have like, you know, super badass armor, because they just don't have the money. It's also getting a little heat from the traditionalist players that I play with. They were like, well, how come she has a sword instead of like a battle axe or a hammer like a good dwarf? And the reason for that is I know none of my friends are going to watch this, so I can go ahead and say it, is we're going to be running the Ravenloft campaign later, and in that, a bunch of the characters need swords, because it's one of the artifacts you find is like the hilt from this sword, and the guard from that sword, and the blade from this sword become a magical weapon in the story. So that's why she has a sword. she doesn't know that yet, so hopefully she won't watch this before the game gets to that point. And I doubt it, even though like a lot of my friends say, oh, you know, we'd love it, we'd love to watch you draw. They never share my videos, so, and Jill doesn't watch them unless I'm, you know, making her watch them, so I don't think I got anything to worry about her figuring out that plot. And she might anyways, because she's read the books and the module and so on. So yeah, this will be cool because it's going to be a new group of D&Ders that I've never played with before. New group of gamers. So that'll be interesting. Except for Jill and a little bit with Raphael. But Dinger and Dominique and a guy named Rob and maybe a guy named Gary if he's free, literally, to come and game. He'll probably come play. Yeah, so I did do a lot of blending in with the skin tones on the face and the pants and the armor and like the blue color of the sheath, but like not on the armor. I didn't really do a lot of blending. I did like I said, that diffuse scribbly pattern. I think it looked out pretty good. It looks almost like it's worked steel. In my earlier video, I did a technique like that. That's where I discovered it in the picture I drew of Thrall. When I do in his hammer and his armor, I did use the same technique. Well, anyways, I'm gonna quit talking. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, and comment. Comment. You know, if anyone has any suggestions on what to draw, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do that. So Hulk smash down on that like button. Peace.